none other than P52. The original P52, or John Rylands 457, as it's also known, resides in Manchester, England, at the John Rylands University Library. It's been there since 1920 and has been part of their collection that was brought over from Egypt by two famous papyrologists, Grenville and Hunt. And in the 1930s, the collection was being cataloged by an individual named Colin Roberts. And during the course of sifting through those papyri fragments, Roberts stumbled over P52, and he recognized its significance immediately. On one side of the manuscript, dating to the 2nd century, it contains John 18:31 to 33. And then on the opposite side is John 18:37 to 38. This very section of John's gospel is where Jesus is talking to Pilate. He's standing before Pontius Pilate and he states, "Everyone on the side of truth listens to me." To which Pilate replies, "What is truth?" This artifact, no larger than the size of a credit card, is believed to be the earliest piece of manuscript evidence testifying to the New Testament in the world.
C.H. Roberts, and discovered this fragment that is no larger than the palm of my hand, 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. And the interesting thing about this fragment was it was written on both sides. What that told him almost immediately, it was probably a Christian fragment. The reason is, if it's written on both sides, then it would have been written on a codex, which is our modern book form, invented at the end of the 1st century AD. A codex where you bind it on one side, then you have cut pages that you flip, as opposed to the roll or the scroll that all other books at the time had been written on. And so this is written on both sides. And John 18:31 through 33 was on one side, John 18:37 and 38 on the other. 90 years earlier than when C.H. Roberts discovered this fragment, in 1844 in the journal The Tübinger Jahrbuch, F.C. Bauer of Tübingen University had argued that John's Gospel cannot be dated any earlier than AD 160, and most likely was to be dated about AD 170. Obviously, if it's in the second half of the 2nd century, then it has no eyewitness credibility to it, and so its historical reliability was completely dashed. But then when Roberts discovers this small fragment, he gets it published in 1935 after he had sent photographs of it to the 3 leading papyrologists in Europe at the time. Each one of them wrote back to him and said, "This manuscript cannot be dated any later than AD 150 and should be dated closer to AD 100.